Chandan, there was an interesting point actually raised a few days ago that in fact the reason why there has not been another 26/11 is because precisely not that Indian defenses are so great, but because Pakistan is perhaps controlling these groups. That there is an element of control that Pakistan is exercising on these particular groups. So there is a reason to perhaps believe that Pakistan is perhaps under US pressure, under international pressure, controlling these, calling off its hounds.
Well, you see, this is quite possible, and in fact, that only strengthens my argument that Pakistan can switch off the tap, whether it's in Kashmir or whether it's over 26/11. And if so, Pakistan, if these people can be controlled by Pakistan, Pakistan can surely also bring them to trial and do something.
But hasn't it already done much more? Hasn't Pakistan already done much more than it ever has?
No, I don't think so. And even Mr. Zardari's just statement, which, you know, in the interview to your channel, he says 101 incidents like 26/11. Is he kidding? Does he know what 26/11 means? What actually happened in Mumbai that night? He says 101 such incidents in Pakistan. So obviously they are just making light of the whole affair. They're saying nothing much about 26/11. So please forget everything and start talking.
I don't think it's useful to compare the scale and nature of terrorism in India and Pakistan, because that's, you know, they both have different causes. They have to be dealt with. The question we have to ask ourselves is, how do you prevent further attacks on your own territory from Pakistan? You do that by hardening yourself internally, by strengthening internal security, by strengthening homeland security. How does not talking to Pakistan insulate
because
you
because it's the only lever you have.
Well, you've done it for a year and a half. You've got a
but
trial.
Then you look a little.
You've got a trial. I mean, look back over the last 10 years. Mr. Advani handed over a list of India's 20 most wanted. Did we get a single one of those chaps to us? Have any of them been arrested or put on trial? No. But despite that, Vajpayee had the statesman-like quality enough to recognize in January 2004 that not talking is not an option. If you talk, you can realize more gains. And I think that's the direction we need to go in. That, you know, you exploit diplomatic channels to further whatever goals you have on the terrorism front and make other collateral gains. You protect yourself, you harden yourself internally to make sure that you don't.
So you don't use talks as a lever.
You have
your diplomatic relations can't be a tool to fight terror.
No, diplomatic relations are not suspended. We got high commissions in each other's country. But certainly you cannot have serious negotiations on complex issues with recurrent acts of terrorism of rising ferocity. So you see what happened to NDA. Twice it happened to them, attack on the parliament and then etc. And twice it's happened to this government. July bombings, July 2006 in Mumbai, and then 26/11. So if that crescendo is going to rise, you do not want to negotiate complex issues with the gun of terrorism held to your head.
No, Manmohan Singh gave...
One second. So what I'm saying is, don't get down to complex issues. At the moment, test the government in Pakistan by talking to them about, all right, how do we control this? How do you ensure that the next act...
But how can they ensure that? This regime may not be able to ensure anything at all.
No, they cannot ensure it. But they can certainly, if you have DGSI, if you have the top people talking to you...
If they come to the table, that's a good point.
If you have the
ISI, if you have the military on the table.
That any act in India does not have any fingerprints of any government functionary or those close to the government, if that can be ensured, then terrorist acts will not derail the dialogue process.
The Prime Minister came up with a formula in Anantnag where he spoke about meaningful, substantial dialogue and confidence-building sort of dialogue. There's no reason why the latter can't begin immediately. And once you establish a certain level of confidence and trust, you can come back to all the core issues that concern Pakistan so much.
Right, well, let's take a short break and come back with lots more.